Welcome back to my page. Today I will be doing this look inspired by fall. So let's get Thanksgiving ready. So first we're going to start off with a primed eye, and then we're going to go right into our Take Me Back to Brazil palette. And we're going to dab into the orange and apply that into the crease. Excuse my voice, y'all. I am getting over a cold. But all I'm doing right now is just dipping into the orange. What you want to see me do is apply the orange into the crease of my eye, blending it in. Because remember, if it doesn't blend, it is not a trend. Only thing I'm doing now is still blending my crease, going back into the palette, applying more of that orange into my brush, and building the shadow. So now I'm about to go into this neutral BH Cosmetics eyeshadow and blush palette. And I'm going to go in and use this orange color right here. And I'm going to put it onto my crease to intensify that orange and make it pop more. Because the orange I used before was more so of a coral orange. And this is more so of a orange, if that makes sense. So now I'm changing brushes because I want to go back in to like this neutral color so I can apply it to my brow bone and blend it out to get some of that orange from right up there. And just blend. So what I'm doing now is switching back onto my fluffy brush to blend in that orange and that cream color I just applied to my brow bone. I am using that to blend them both together. And now I'm about to grab these makeup wipes to wipe off my fluffy brush because I want to reuse this brush. I always keep my makeup wipes on hand to always wipe off my brushes when I want to reuse them. So what I'm doing now is grabbing my Pro Concealer, and I'm going to use this to cut out my crease. I will be using the tip of it. I will not be using a brush. I feel like it's easier and having a hold on it without putting it on your hand and using a brush just to do all that. That's too much. When you can just use the end of it and take a wipe and wipe it off. So that's all I'm doing right now is just cutting out my crease. So what I'm doing now is taking my concealer and taking one of my makeup wipes and wiping off my concealer, because I'm not about to put it back up without wiping it off. And I'm taking my finger and patting the concealer to blend it in. After applying that concealer, we're going to go back into the Take Me Back to Brazil palette. And we're going to apply this yellow. Excuse the sweat on my lip. I'm going to use this brush, and I'm going to apply that to the crease where I applied that concealer at. And y'all, I was so amazed at how the yellow showed up. Like, it doesn't really show up good on the lighting on this camera, but it was beautiful. Like, one applied, that was one dip into the eyeshadow. Yeah, it was a little fallout, but it was beautiful. When it came down to applying it, it was easy, smooth. It was it's very, very pigmented. Using the same palette, I'm going to go back in and use this green, and I'm going to apply it to the outer corner of my eye and drag it along my crease. Now, using this brush, it was not giving me what I wanted, so I tried dipping back into it, and it just wasn't applying like I needed it to my outer crease, the outer corner of my eye. So I went back in, and I was trying to figure out what brush to use, so I ended up switching back to my white handle brush. Now what I did was I wiped it off to make sure it was clean before dipping it into my green. That's what I'm showing y'all. So I'm about to dip it back into my green, and I'm about to apply that to the outer corner of my eye and just blend that out. So right in the middle of me doing this look, I decided to go into the Rio Edition Take Me Back to Brazil palette and add a little bit of glitter. So I went into the yellow glitter that y'all see me pointing to, and I'm applying that on top of the yellow I already applied to my eye. So I'm taking this setting spray to wet my brush a little bit, just to get it a little damp. And I'm going to use that to apply it. Now, tip y'all, if you wet your brush and go into any glitter shadow, it helps applying it easier and it helps it stick. That is something I have learned. Just a little tip for y'all, but that's what I'm doing now. I'm using that glitter yellow and I'm applying that to the yellow part of my lid. Only the yellow part, as you can see right there. What I'm doing right now is blending that yellow out and giving y'all duck face. All I'm doing now is still blending it out, applying it and blending it out. I'm applying some on the other eye too to make them match. Because there are sisters, not twins. Remember that, y'all. So I'm doing this blend, blend, blend. Looking at TV, giving y'all some duck faces. Coming up at close and personal. Applying some to the other eye to make them, like I said, look alike but not identical. I don't know if y'all can see. The lighting is horrible. I'm trying to find the perfect lighting. My face looks golden, but this is the finished look. Okay, well, stay tuned.